Hey, what's up everyone, Mike back with another video. So today we're doing a build, it's my 1000 subscribers special. We're building a Shou Sugi Ban RGB charging station shelf slash gear tray. So what we're using is a 600 by 300 pine shelves, a couple of bits of timber that I've cut down to 300 long, they're 75 by 38 mil, glue, clamp and make a little shelf stand like this. Once that is done, you leave it to dry overnight so it's fully secure. Not a single screw was used in this build. So now we get another 600 by 300 shelf, and this shelf sits on top. We're going to mark all of our gear, as you can see what I'm doing in super flash mode. Once this is all done, we'll try and get it as slightly bigger than the actual image, or the actual product itself, image. I'm looking at camera gear, so I'm saying image. So then what I decided to do, instead of using a router, which I do have, I used a jigsaw and I used a file because I wanted to give it that rough look. You'll see when the project is finished exactly why it's important to give it that rough finish. Now by all means, if you want to use a router, use a router. I just used a jigsaw and a drill and I cut everything out, and then I spent a good about 4 hours literally just chiseling and making imperfections, deliberate imperfections, and trying to iron out the actual imperfections that I didn't want. So this process did take quite a bit of time, and once this was done we can get on to the fun stuff. Now the best way to make sure you're getting the effect that you want is to try it out on a piece of wood, which is what I've done, so you get the desired burnt effect. It's individual preference when it comes to it. Once this is done, I started sanding. Now by the end of this I look like a coal miner. This didn't take long. I used a combination of 60 and 240 grit sandpaper, give it a rough and then a nice smooth finish. And this didn't, I think it took about a good 30 minutes to do, but it was worthwhile. You can see it's slowly starting to take shape, but at the moment it looks like a bit of a turd. So, and then here comes a special bit. Now the Japanese, I think it's Japanese, I don't even know if I'm saying the word Shou Sugi Ban correctly, but put it in the bath. The wife's nice clean bath, she's going to moan about this. Used a barbecue scrubbing brush, and you scrub off all of the excess dirt. Clear coat of varnish, you don't need to do this. I wanted to give it a bit more of a effect, if you will. It brings out the grain, as you can see, and all the little burnt bits from the fire. Once this is done, leave it to dry. I put about 3 coats on, give it a little bit more of a darker appeal. Use standard wood glue, flip it over, standard wood glue, and go around each of the ports, clamp it together, leave it overnight. Once that's done, then we can get back to burning stuff. Just before I burn the sides, a small strip will run along the bottom. It's a nice area for the LED lights, once we put them in, to spill out of. Alright, so I've got a 4-point power bar, which I'm going to super glue. Now I can use Velcro or anything like that, and that I just had super glue, so I used super glue. I've got 33 feet of LEDs here, which is a bit overkill, but why not? Less overkill. This is 50-50, so it should be pretty good stuff. I've got these little cable management clips that I picked up from Amazon. You get 5 in a pack for £5, so this was on a deal, so I got 10 for £5. Here you go, and this is what it should look like. As you can see, it's a nice flush fit. And this is what the shelf looks like in daylight. No trickery, unedited. Let me know what you think.